Good morning, good day and good evening everybody, and welcome to this special day of the Porsche Turbo RSR Type 934 Jägermeister Edition. It's the 40 years of Tamiya RC cars commemorative edition from 2016. A very happy 24th of December to all of you, and welcome to this concluding day of this Tamiya RC December calendar build. So as I said, I had hoped I would mount an orange Porsche body today, but things didn't go as planned, and maybe I was a bit optimistic from the day one, but here we are, and we got at least a finished chassis. Today we are gonna mount the battery and just test it out quickly. We're gonna have a quick tool talk, and we're gonna have a quick body talk. Let's install the Nico 7.2 NiCad battery from 1986 and get it tested. I'm not sure if this hasn't actually been charged since the day we used it to test our servo and everything. I'm just gonna test if I can. No, I think you're gonna need to have to remove the entire battery container. So it's mounted this way, and hopefully it fits here. And here we go. It's not gonna spin very fast with this old battery. I think it loses a lot of power just in a couple of days lying unused, so it's probably only half charged, but half charged will do for now. Now this is a ESC which do not have an on-off switch, as you can see, so I'm gonna have to turn off the radio first, turn on the car, and we got live. The servo works, but as you can see, it's kind of in a bad shape, so it's not very smooth. So there's nothing wrong with the ball raised steering linkage, but it's the actual servo which is a bit malfunctional, so I'm gonna have to switch that one out at a later point. So let's test the throttle. So everything works fine, it seems. I think, if you remember, we had some talk about these upper arms, which definitely do not align correctly with the FRP chassis. So there's a lot of wobble, and there's actually also a bit of movement from the rear arms. But this could be sorted out with switching to a turnbuckle or something else, or maybe shimming this side with some extra shims spacers to get rid of this wobble. I suspect it will be alright. As I said from the outspring, I'm not a racer, so with a little bit of ground support it will do the job, but if we want to get rid of this wobble, we will have to do some work afterwards. Everything is working. As I said, it's very dark and very cold and very rainy and wet outside, so definitely not gonna take this out for a spin today. As you already know, I'm not gonna run it with this old NiCad battery. I'm just gonna test a few batteries that might actually be used. I don't think this will work. This is my favorite LiPo 2S battery because it has these rounded edges, which makes it very convenient. Oh my god, it actually sits fine. Maybe. No. So this is clearly much too long for this mounting system. So I'm probably gonna have to find a smaller nickel metal hydride battery. All my other batteries, LiPo batteries, as you can see, oops, there goes a pin, is also way too long. Maybe I'll end up running this on a nickel metal hydride battery then. Probably something around the 3000, which I have found fits most of these older Tamiya models. There's also, as you probably know, always the option of getting some of the nano smaller LiPos, and I do have some smaller which can be inserted and held together with sponges or other mechanism. So we'll get it running somehow. That concludes the actual build for this series, and I'm looking very much forward going through the last steps of this kit together with you. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do a 24-part series on these bodies. I'm probably gonna cut it in 4 parts, one for trimming and one for painting and one for applying the decals, and then one for mounting it all and applying the extra sets of parts necessary for this body, like the LED. And then of course we're gonna run it. So that's it for this build. I'm just gonna go through a couple of things with the tools I have used for the Tamiya builds. I'm actually using this set of Tamiya tools, drivers. So these are special designed by Tamiya, or picked out by Tamiya at least, and rebranded with the JIS standard head. So it's a little bit different from the Phillips. And the set also includes the wrenches and the Allen keys. Now these Allen keys have been rounded a long time ago, so I'm not using those anymore for anything else than the occasional, like you saw with the ball differential, using them as something to poke things out, screw or something, or just hold on tight to something. So I've switched to the standard Aeromax, which can be where the tips are actually replaceable, and these work very well and are quite affordable too. So I started to acquire some more of these. Here's a 2.0, which you rarely use in the Tamiya build, but you nearly always use the 1.5 of these Allen keys. And we actually also unboxed this at the beginning of the build. I have been so thrilled about this because it really has made everything, cutting the parts from the parts tree much easier. It lines up very flush, and often you actually do not need just got loose, the X-Acto knife for cleaning out the, as I have learned, called flashings of the part trees. But you're definitely gonna need these for some, but most of the time this actually is sufficient. So I highly recommend getting a hobby grade side cutter for plastic, and I highly recommend this from Tamiya. As you know, I still use some of my old non-hobby related tools here, just a very standard nose plier. It definitely will be switched out at some point. And you can actually also, as we talked about, rub some gaffer tape, some duct tape or something around this to avoid damaging your shocks or anything plastic with these edges. So Tamiya actually also makes a hobby grade nose plier that has some rubber attached here, so I'll be checking that one out soon, along with some smaller and more handy nose plier tools. For the build I've also used some of my own double-sided tape, servo tape, and I've also used some of the thread lock and other types of grease additional to the grease supplied with the kit. So to complete a Tamiya kit, you definitely wanna need some of these tools. These are the basic tools, I would say. There are a lot of other tools, like special tools for the oil-filled shocks, like grabbing on these shafts and not damaging them. There are also special, or I would say normal tools, like if you're gonna make these tie rods and turnbuckles and everything, and you want to make sure they are actually the exact length of the instructions, like 6.5 millimeter. You can also get your own measuring tools. I've actually not had any serious problems just using the drawings, but it's always recommended to check them yourself. So these are the tools for the actual kit I've been using. A lot of other tools are available which can be very useful, but I would say this is a basic, very basic set of tools that you're gonna need when building a Tamiya kit. For the body you're gonna need some other tools, and again I would say that this is the absolute basic tools for a Lexan polycarbonate body job. So you got your curved scissors, and you got your, I'm not sure if I can remember what it's called, but it's for the making the body holes. And you got some aluminum tape, and you got the files that you're gonna need to make the rounded edges, maybe not perfect, but it's basically better than you could do with just the scissor. You're also gonna need the hobby knife, the X-Acto knife for the body job. So another set of basic tools for the body job. Oh, and of course a normal or regular scissor for the decals, which you're probably gonna cut out yourselves. Sometimes they are pre-cut, but most often or not, they are supposed to be cut out by yourself. I'll talk about this basic set a lot more when we get to the actual bodies. Sometime in the future, hopefully the near future, we will get this body ready and looking shining out in the sun, running on this TA-02 chassis. So this will be supplied. This is supplied with the LED light unit and some extra body parts and light buckets, and the wing made out of ABS plastics. So for this kit you're actually gonna paint both the Lexan with the PS paint if you're using Tamiya paint, and you're gonna use the TS paint for the extra parts. As I said in the beginning, I'm also at the same time gonna do this Vaillant. I've not done any more research for the correct pronunciation of this, but we're gonna do this together with the Jägermeister edition. I'm actually thinking about getting, you can get it also in the black edition. So all the Vaillant and the Jägermeister and the black edition are all legendary body sets that were used in the early days of the Tamiya RC history for the same 58001. Not called that at that time, but all body sets could be used for this original chassis, which was a lot different than a 1990 110 TA-02. I talked a lot during this build, so I just wish you a very happy holiday. So if you're celebrating Christmas, a very happy Christmas, and I wish you a very happy New Year. I hope to return to this channel and show you some of the exciting stuff for me and my family, which will take place in January the next year. So things are gonna have a deep impact on my hobby and my hobby channels like the Nordic RC Visions and this new cozy informal channel where I live and learn and enjoy the hobby together with you guys. As I said in the beginning, I actually was just thinking about practicing my English and hanging out and getting a build done. As it turned out, I had learned a lot from you guys during this build, and I hope that through my mistakes, which I am very happy to display if it can help others, I hope others have learned too. So check out the great comments for the last 24 days. It has been a great learning process for me. So thanks a lot, and nothing more to say than have a great week, holidays, New Year, and I'll see you as soon as I get a video ready for you on this channel. There will be a couple of videos on Nordic RC Visions, so make sure to check these out during the holidays or January if you're busy having a good time in the holidays. That's it for today. I am Michael. I'm signing out for this build, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.